Picture this exact scenario. Dawn is barely breaking. Your phone buzzes with an emergency alert. A catastrophic storm is barreling toward your region. You move fast. You grab your wallet, your keys, and your courage. You drive to the nearest big box store. But the moment those automatic doors slide open, the reality hits you like cold water to the face. Bare shelves stare back at you. The water aisle is completely empty. The canned goods section looks ransacked. Checkout lines snake through multiple aisles. The faces around you carry that unmistakable look. Panic mixed with regret. That feeling deep in your gut. That hollow, helpless sensation. That is not fear of the storm. That is the weight of not being ready. Here is the hard truth that most people spend years avoiding. Emergencies do not send formal invitations. They do not give you a grace period. They arrive abruptly, and the window to prepare slams shut immediately. The people filling those panicked checkout lines are not reckless individuals. They simply trusted that there would always be more time. There will not always be more time. But right now, in this moment, you still have it. This guide covers the most critical non-food supplies that disappear within hours of any emergency declaration. These are not obscure survival items. These are practical, everyday essentials that most households fail to stockpile because the urgency never feels real. Until it is. Stay through to the end. The final items are the ones that catch even experienced preppers completely off guard. Welcome. Let us get into what actually matters. Section 1. Power and fuel. The foundation of everything before anything else works. You need energy. Transportation, cooking, communication, lighting, medical equipment. Every single function in your household depends on some form of power or fuel. When infrastructure buckles, this is always the first category to collapse. 1. Stored gasoline. With stabilizer, the moment an emergency becomes public knowledge, gas stations enter a death spiral. Lines appear within the hour. Pumps run dry within the day. People who waited, even by just a few hours, find themselves stranded. But storing fuel correctly is where most people make their critical error. Gasoline does not last indefinitely sitting in a can. Without treatment, it begins degrading in roughly 6 months. Degraded fuel can destroy engines. It can render your generator completely non-functional at the exact moment you need it most. The solution requires 2 deliberate steps. First, purchase proper, sealed, government-approved fuel containers. Cheap containers leak fumes and degrade faster. Invest in quality once. Second, add fuel stabilizer to every container you fill. Quality stabilizers can extend gasoline's usable lifespan dramatically, sometimes by years. The third element is discipline. Implement a rotation system. Use your oldest stored fuel in your lawn equipment or daily vehicle. Immediately replace it with fresh gasoline and fresh stabilizer. This way, your emergency reserve is never stale. Think of it as a living financial account. You are constantly cycling deposits and withdrawals to keep everything fresh and functional. 2. Propane. The shelf-stable. Fuel. Propane solves the degradation problem entirely. Unlike gasoline, propane stored properly does not break down over time. It sits in its tank and waits, ready to perform years later exactly as it would today. For home use, the large 20-pound cylinders, the standard grill tanks, are your backbone. They deliver enough fuel for extended cooking, water heating, and supplemental warmth. For portable situations, the small green 1-pound canisters pair perfectly with compact camping stoves. If your home runs on a large, fixed propane tank, establish a firm refill rule. Never let it drop below 25%. Waiting until it approaches empty is the same mistake people make with car fuel. It leaves you exposed at exactly the wrong moment. Build your propane reserve now. When supply chains tighten during a crisis, even this stable resource becomes hard to access. 3. Batteries. Every size. In bulk, modern households have drifted heavily toward rechargeable devices and wireless charging. This creates a dangerous vulnerability that most people never consider until darkness falls. When grid power disappears and your phone's battery dies, your USB charger becomes completely useless. But a flashlight loaded with fresh alkaline batteries will continue working reliably for days or even weeks. The purchasing strategy is simple. Buy in bulk whenever sales appear. Hardware stores and warehouse retailers frequently offer large multi-packs at significant discounts. Stock every size your household uses. Alabumo and D-cells all serve different devices. Do not wait for an emergency to discover you have the wrong size. Storage conditions matter significantly. Heat and humidity accelerate battery discharge. Keep your supply in a cool, dry location, and batteries will retain their charge for years. Apply the same rotation principle used for fuel. Cycle older batteries into active use and replace them with fresh stock. 4. Portable power stations. This is a category that has transformed dramatically in recent years. Modern portable power stations, large rechargeable battery units with multiple outlet types, can run small appliances, charge devices, and power medical equipment for hours or even days. These units charge via wall power during normal times. Many also accept solar panel input, which makes them genuinely renewable during extended outages. A quality power station can keep a CPAP machine running, charge communication devices, power LED lighting, and run a small fan, all from a single investment. Unlike generators, power stations operate silently, require no fuel, and produce no carbon monoxide. They can be used safely indoors. They represent one of the most valuable additions to a modern preparedness plan. Quick pause. If this content is helping you think more clearly about preparedness, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. It genuinely helps reach more families who need this information. Section 2. Health and medical. Keeping your family functional. Infrastructure failure puts enormous strain on medical and pharmaceutical systems. Pharmacies become overwhelmed immediately. Healthcare workers get stretched dangerously thin. This is the category where preparation can literally save lives. 5. Prescription medications. Build your buffer. This is the most serious item on the entire list, and it is the hardest one to prepare for because the system actively works against you. Insurance structures are built to prevent medication stockpiling. Most plans will only cover a 30 to 90-day supply at any given time. This creates a genuine vulnerability. When emergency conditions develop, pharmacy lines become completely unmanageable within hours. People who are already running low on blood pressure medication, thyroid hormones, diabetes drugs, or psychiatric medications suddenly find themselves facing a genuinely dangerous situation. The only practical solution is consistent, disciplined behavior. Refill every prescription on the very first day your insurance allows it, not when you run out, not a week before, the moment the refill window opens. Over several months, this habit builds a meaningful buffer, sometimes an extra 2 to 4 weeks of supply. That buffer can be the difference between a medical emergency and a manageable inconvenience. 6. Over-the-counter pain relievers. Acetaminophen and ibuprofen serve different physiological functions. Acetaminophen is your primary fever reducer and general pain reliever. Ibuprofen is your anti-inflammatory, particularly useful for muscle injuries, sprains, and joint pain. During emergencies, physical stress increases dramatically. People lift things they should not lift. They sleep in unusual positions. They move furniture, board windows, shovel debris. Minor injuries multiply. Fevers from stress or contaminated water become more likely. Stock both medications in meaningful quantities. They are inexpensive, widely available right now, and shelf-stable for years. During a declared emergency, they disappear from store shelves with remarkable speed. 7. Anti-diarrheal medication, the underestimated essential. Most people dismiss this item when they first hear it. By the end of a real emergency, it is the most requested supply. Here is the medical reality. Water safety during emergencies becomes uncertain. Food handling controls break down. Stress alone, which is guaranteed during any crisis, can destabilize even healthy digestive systems. A gastrointestinal illness that normally resolves in 2 days with rest and hydration can spiral into dangerous dehydration when clean water is limited. Severe dehydration is a medical emergency. In field conditions, it kills people who would otherwise have survived whatever triggered the original crisis. Anti-diarrheal medication is extraordinarily inexpensive. It has a long shelf life. It takes up almost no storage space. Buy a meaningful supply now, while it is cheap and easy to find. You may never use most of it, but if you need it, you will be grateful beyond words. 8. First aid supplies. Beyond the basic kit. A small store-bought first aid kit is not sufficient for extended emergency conditions. You need a comprehensive setup that handles real injuries in real situations. Your kit should include sterile gauze in multiple sizes, medical tape, elastic bandages for sprains, antiseptic solution, antibiotic ointment, blister treatment. Blisters become infected and seriously debilitating. SAM splints, medical scissors, tweezers, irrigation syringe for wound cleaning, and disposable gloves in abundance. Add a quality first aid manual. Medical knowledge under stress deteriorates fast. Having written references means you do not have to rely entirely on memory when treating someone who is injured and frightened. Also consider oral rehydration salts, which rapidly treat dehydration far more effectively than plain water. Antihistamines for allergic reactions, thermometers, blood pressure cuffs if any household member has cardiovascular concerns. The goal is a kit that handles genuine medical situations, not just minor scrapes. Section 3. Hygiene and personal care. Dignity matters. When people discuss emergency preparedness, hygiene often gets treated as a luxury consideration. This is a serious misunderstanding. Physical cleanliness has direct health consequences. But beyond that, the ability to maintain basic personal dignity during a crisis has profound psychological effects on resilience, morale, and decision quality. 9. Bar soap and cleaning products, or soaps, deserve special recognition as a preparedness staple. Stored in their original packaging, kept in cool and dry conditions, many bar soaps remain fully effective for decades. They take up minimal space, cost very little, and serve multiple functions: personal hygiene, wound cleaning, and surface sanitizing. Beyond bar soap, build reserves of dish soap, laundry detergent, hand sanitizer, and multi-surface cleaning products. Disease transmission increases significantly during emergencies when people are crowded, stressed, and under less controlled conditions. Your ability to keep surfaces, clothing, and bodies clean is a direct health protection measure. These products vanish rapidly from store shelves during any declared emergency. They are inexpensive during normal times and nearly impossible to find at a fair price once panic buying begins. 10. Dental care supplies. Toothbrushes and toothpaste are among the first hygiene items to sell out during extended emergencies. This surprises many people. It should not. A dental infection during normal times is an uncomfortable trip to the dentist. During a crisis, when dental offices are closed and medical resources are overwhelmed, an untreated dental infection can become genuinely dangerous, spreading to the jaw, neck, and in extreme cases, affecting the airway. Stock extra toothbrushes, multiple tubes of toothpaste, dental floss, and a bottle of antiseptic mouthwash. The cost is negligible. The protection they provide, physical and psychological, is significant. 11. Toilet paper and paper products. The image of empty toilet paper shelves during early 2020 became a cultural punchline almost immediately. But the instinct that drove that behavior was not irrational. People correctly understood that hygiene materials are non-negotiable, and they panicked because they had no reserves. Beyond toilet paper, consider the practical value of paper plates and disposable utensils. This might seem trivial. In a water-rationed situation, it is anything but. Washing dishes consumes a surprisingly significant volume of water. Paper plates eliminate that consumption entirely, preserving your drinking water supply for what matters most. Buy in bulk now. Store it properly. Never let your household drop below a several-week supply during normal times. If you are still reading, excellent. You are building real knowledge. Like this content, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us which item surprised you most. Now let us continue. Section 4. Household function. Keeping daily life operational. 12. Lighting. A layered system. One flashlight is not a preparedness plan. It is a single point of failure. When power goes out across an extended period, you need reliable light simultaneously in multiple locations: kitchen, bathroom, children's bedrooms, hallways, and wherever work needs to happen after dark. Build a layered system with 3 tiers. First, rechargeable LED lanterns that can illuminate an entire room effectively. Second, solar-powered lights that recharge during daylight hours and provide free, sustainable illumination at night. Third, battery-powered flashlights as your dependable backup when other sources are depleted or unavailable. Critically, assign every person in your household their own personal light source. Store each one in a fixed, designated location that everyone knows without thinking. When the power fails at 2 in the morning, your child should not be stumbling through darkness. Their light should be exactly where it always is, immediately accessible. Candles can supplement this system. They provide warmth and psychological comfort alongside light, but they require careful fire safety practices, especially in households with children. 13. Manual tools and equipment. Power tools become useless without electricity. After any significant storm or structural event, manual tools become essential for basic repairs, debris clearing, and home protection. Ensure your household has a quality manual can opener. This alone is frequently forgotten. Hand saws, hammers, screwdrivers in multiple sizes, adjustable wrenches, pliers, utility knives, and duct tape in quantity. Add a crowbar for structural situations. A manual hand pump for water, if you have or can access a well, could prove invaluable. Water hand pumps are also useful for transferring fuel safely between containers. These are inexpensive tools that most hardware stores carry. They will not be available once an emergency begins. 14. Water purification equipment. Even if you store significant quantities of drinking water, extended emergencies can exhaust that supply. Water purification capability gives you a renewable solution. Invest in multiple purification methods. A quality gravity filter, such as a ceramic or activated carbon system, can process contaminated water from streams, lakes, or questionable tap sources into safe drinking water. Purification tablets provide a compact, lightweight backup. Boiling remains the most reliable method when fuel is available. Understanding how to purify water effectively is as important as having the equipment. A filter used incorrectly can provide false safety. Learn your equipment during normal times, not during a crisis. 15. cash in small denominations. Digital money is extraordinarily convenient during normal conditions. It is functionally useless when infrastructure fails. When power grids go down, ATMs stop functioning. Card readers go offline. Mobile payment systems become inaccessible. The economy reverts, at least locally, to physical currency. The person selling needed supplies from the back of a truck, the neighbor with resources willing to barter, the community member who has something you desperately need. They will not accept a credit card tap. Keep a meaningful reserve of physical currency in a secure home location. Prioritize small denominations aggressively. $1, $5, and $10 bills are infinitely more practical than 50s or hundreds in emergency exchange situations. Making exact change without requiring anyone to break a large bill is a practical advantage that matters in high-pressure situations. This reserve does not require being enormous, but it must exist. Discovering you have no physical cash in your home at the moment, power fails, is a genuinely helpless feeling. Section 5. Family-specific needs. No one left behind. 16. Infant and toddler supplies. For families with young children, this category moves immediately to the top of every priority list. Diapers, formula, baby food, and hygiene wipes for infants are among the fastest-moving items during any declared emergency. Disposable diapers are convenient, but finite and bulky to store in large quantities. A genuine long-term preparedness move is to maintain a supply of quality cloth diapers. The upfront investment is higher. The long-term utility is unlimited. They are washable and reusable indefinitely. They also carry significant barter value in communities where infant supplies are scarce. Beyond diapers, ensure you have adequate formula if your infant requires it. Formula is genuinely irreplaceable. There is no good emergency substitute. Maintain at least a 2 to 4 week supply and rotate it consistently to maintain freshness. 17. Pet supplies. Pets are family members. They belong in your preparedness plan with the same seriousness as human household members. Yet they are consistently the last category people think to address, and frequently the first category to run short. Dry pet food contains fats that oxidize and go rancid over time. Airtight containers significantly extend its usable life. If stored food develops an off smell, a stale, almost Play-Doh-like odor, discard it immediately and do not feed it to your animals. Rancid fat causes real health problems in pets. Canned pet food offers a dramatically longer shelf life, similar to human canned food. Build a reserve of both formats. Also, stock your pet's medications, flea and tick prevention, and any specialty dietary requirements well in advance. Veterinary access during emergencies becomes extremely limited. Water for pets is frequently overlooked in calculations. Factor your animal's daily water needs into your total water storage plan. You are building real knowledge right now. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who still thinks they will prepare eventually. Now, let us cover the final category. Section 6. Security and communication. Protecting what matters. 18. Communication equipment. When cell towers become overwhelmed or damaged during emergencies, standard mobile communication degrades or fails entirely. The ability to receive information and coordinate with family members becomes critically important and critically difficult. A battery-powered or hand-crank NOAA weather radio provides direct access to official emergency broadcasts without requiring internet connectivity or cell service. This is a non-negotiable item for serious preparedness. Handheld two-way radios, walkie-talkies, allow family members to communicate within a reasonable range when cell phones become unreliable. Establish designated family meeting points and communication protocols during normal times. Do not try to create coordination plans in the middle of a crisis. A written list of critical phone numbers, family members, local emergency services, out-of-state contacts who can relay messages is essential. Phone memory makes us lazy. When devices fail, most people cannot recall even basic phone numbers from memory. 19. Physical security supplies. When extended emergencies stretch beyond the 48-hour mark, and when societal stability begins showing genuine strain, the dynamics of personal security shift meaningfully. This is a documented historical pattern, not speculation. Every major disaster, from Katrina to extended blackouts to civil disruptions, has demonstrated that law enforcement capacity becomes overwhelmed rapidly. Response times lengthen dramatically. The ability of authorities to reach every call for help deteriorates as their own resources are stretched. The responsibility for household security shifts, at least partially, to the household itself. What this means practically depends entirely on your specific situation, your local laws, your family's values, and your training level. But the universal principle is identical to every other item in this list. The decision must be made during peacetime, not during the emergency. Ammunition and firearms disappear from retail shelves almost overnight when any significant emergency is declared. Prices for whatever remains spike dramatically. The people purchasing during a crisis are making rushed, poorly informed, often expensive decisions with inadequate time to train or think clearly. Whatever your household security approach looks like, decide deliberately, train thoroughly, and prepare during the calm, not in the storm. 20. Important document: copies and emergency information. This is the item that sits quietly at the bottom of most preparedness lists and deserves to be near the top. During an emergency, the documents that define your life: identification, insurance policies, financial account information, medical records, property documents, passports, can be lost, damaged, or made inaccessible when you most need them. Rebuilding from document loss during normal times is a lengthy bureaucratic ordeal. Attempting it during or after a major crisis is exponentially harder. Create a complete set of physical copies of every critical document. Store them in a waterproof container. Maintain a second set in a secure off-site location, a trusted family member's home, a safety deposit box, or similar. Also maintain an encrypted digital backup accessible from anywhere. Include in this packet emergency contact numbers, your household's medical information and medication lists, insurance policy numbers, and contact information, and any special needs documentation for family members. This costs almost nothing to prepare. Its value during a genuine emergency is impossible to overstate. The choice is yours, and the window is now returned to where this began. The empty shelves, the stripped aisles, the faces of people who waited too long. That scenario repeats with remarkable consistency every time a significant emergency strikes any community anywhere in the world. It has happened before. It will happen again. The people in that panicked crowd made the same mistake. They assumed time would always be available. They told themselves they would get around to it. Eventually, never arrived. You just spent meaningful time learning the 20 categories that disappear fastest and matter most. That knowledge only converts into actual protection for your family through action. Not eventually. Not next month. Now. Even completing one item on this list today puts you further ahead than you were when you started reading. One item is momentum. Momentum builds preparation. Preparation builds genuine resilience. This is what real household security looks like. Not dramatic, not expensive, not complicated. Consistent, deliberate action taken during the calm periods that life provides before the next emergency arrives. If this material gave you value, please share it with someone in your life. who still thinks preparation is something other people do. The best time to prepare was a year ago. The second best time is right now.